All right, come on, let's get this cracking.
Can you picture this? Baby, David, good looking, baby. CYP got another one. I see y'all. Yeah. Can you picture this? You know, rocking with CYPT. Podcast of the D with Claire and the crew. It's like my CTV. They be giving game out so much, you could take the same route. Especially if you take risks, this YouTube, you make sense.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? You are now tuned in to the CYPT podcast, the podcast of the strongest, fastest, most powerful print shop in Detroit. Just ask about us. I'm Just Niles.
It's your boy Lance.
This is LL.
This is Clayton, better known as Fearless.
We're the crew for the night.
Yo, what up?
We are talking about, at least the topic for today is talking about technology, artificial intelligence, and how it helps with your business.
Or how it can take you out.
How? Because I asked you about that earlier.
Well, you know.
And you said it only helps.
Well, it only helps, but it can take you out too if you don't embrace it and use it.
Was there any, before AI got here, was there anything else that that people were like, oh no, that's it. It's going to destroy the whole game? Was there, because there was something before that, right? We always have scares like this.
There's a movie called Terminator. Have you seen it?
All of them.
Yeah. That's all. That's like documentary.
That's what I'm saying. No,
well, even with
before
equipment, even when equipment comes out, new equipment come out, like everybody can get one of these. It's gonna take me out.
I know when cameras first started, getting faster and more digital and things like that.
Well, the cameras did like kind of get me out the game. Really, it shouldn't have, but I was doing weddings and stuff, and I would see like pictures from iPhones looking just as good as my phone, my big 35 millimeter, big 2.25, all this big equipment, and I'm like, man.
Every time I see that picture downtown on that building, and it says this picture was taken by an iPhone, and it is just huge and immaculate, I'm like, wow.
So you just embrace it, and you get you an iPhone too.
When did you decide? What was that turning point for you? You was like, you know what? It's not going to take me out the game. I'm going to use this. When did you first start thinking like that?
With photography, I just I still enjoy photography. I like the art of it. Okay, but as far as like making money, I just said, well, it wasn't like excelling to the point where I was like, oh, it's going to take off. So I just fell back and just replaced it with something that was like newer technology. So with that being said, you just have to pivot and adapt to what's going on. You don't want to just stay complacent. So
isn't that how you fall behind?
That's how you fall behind. Like I said, you always keep maneuvering.
The big difference was when you can take like 1,000 photos, 2,000-3,000 photos in a night and not worry about film at all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You had rolls of film you have to take out, and then like you were happy to get, the rule was 2 out of a roll, 2 pictures.
Right. Just think of how that evolved with digital.
2 pictures out of a roll is like a rule of thumb.
Yeah.
So you would go out maybe like 4 or 5 rolls and you just had to get like that one money shot, and then rule of thumb was 2 good pictures per roll.
And the rest of the roll was just hit or miss.
But that's why, we used that trusty old Polaroid too. We had like a Polaroid with a 2.25. We had a backing on it. So we would actually take a Polaroid shot so we can kind of see the lighting, make sure it was good. Because sometimes you might have just had your camera set on the wrong.
You talking about the thing that you showed us last week where you pulled the picture out?
But it was a 2.25 with a backing on it, so it was much more advanced than that.
So when you first got to digital,
so you can see it right there, but it was almost like how CDs and records. Yeah. So with that transition, the music back then, you heard that like static and the music from the record was like warmer. So a lot of guys they want that sound. So they go back. So it's not like it's obsolete. You still can use it.
So we definitely embrace the future here at Can You Picture This, but we also remember the nostalgia of the old ways.
Yeah.
I like that.
So like now with the electric cars and whatnot, the gasoline cars, they're gonna.
Well, talk about those electric cars. All those electric cars are hooked up to AI.
Yeah, so
all of them,
truck drivers and stuff like that. It's like, what about us? Like, packages gonna be delivered through AI. Like, it's gonna be nobody driving the trucks. They're gonna be getting on the freeway, just like.
I don't think it can. I don't know.
It's already.
But I'm a real man. I always like to think like there will need to still be a person somewhere doing something
In the beginning.
Yeah. In the beginning,
In the beginning, they probably just like lead you to the freeway
until they replace that person with AI.
Until that.
Yeah, they're like steps to AI. You know, you like lower level, and they just keep.
Okay, well let's talk about some pros and cons to AI, and let's talk about a business or here or what do we use any currently here?
Not really.
Not really.
We do a little bit with some of our t-shirt design stuff, but we actually don't. You know, as far as our mock-up.
We use it for like the avatars that we do for people's faces.
And like mock-ups of t-shirts. So before it was like, well, we have to charge you an arm and a leg to like turn you into a cartoon. Mm-hmm. Now we can just charge less and do more. So like if you want to get turned into like a avatar or something like that.
Lego character.
A Lego character or something like that. We can charge you a lot less than what we used to charge because it used to take us an hour.
You used to have someone draw or spray paint it, right?
And spray paint it and all this other stuff. Now,
and that used to cost $1 million.
Yeah. So even with like airbrushing, it's like we use that. We stopped like airbrushing here.
Airbrushing is pretty cool. We should bring that back.
Well, yeah, it's like
I'd have to say
we have brought it.
We
back.
have, yeah.
Yeah, we brought it back with the technology. Like, do you do airbrushing? Sure, we do airbrushing, and it looks just like
people come in. People come in or walk out with what they feel is an airbrush shirt just every other day.
Well, not on a t-shirt. I'm not really talking about airbrush t-shirt. I'm talking about more like murals and art and sculptural design. You know, we're doing like wall art.
I mean, even with that, like it's going to start to go slowly into the AI because like you can tell it to type up some airbrush letters, and you know there's multiple ways of getting a design on there without using the actual airbrush gun and air compressor, like how we're doing right now with the DTGs and the direct to films. Like we're doing that same airbrush look, but it's not any airbrush gun being used, no paints being put together, nothing like that.
Now, what you can do is like to give it that like authenticity is mix it so where you don't have to do it as much. You can just
you can hit it here and hit it there,
hit it here and hit it there, and just add your little touch. So if you're an airbrush artist, you will have to like harness that tool and use it to your advantage, where you can like print out multiple.
That makes you quicker, though.
That makes you quicker, faster, and more productive. So that's one of the things that you can like use to not take you out of the game, but like get you in the game.
Now that I think about it, it's probably been happening for a long time, but we not even realized it. Photoshop was not always as advanced.
Right. Look how advanced, how like the thing on your phone, now. Even the thing on your iPhone where you can just touch the picture and it takes you out of the photo, the background.
Yeah, the background remover.
Yeah, that background remover.
Technology is just coming around. Like we had to take hours on hours trying to remove somebody's phone.
Oh my God.
And it cuts you out perfectly. Well, not it
cuts out pretty good.
Pretty darn good. And with like if you had earrings on or something like that, and you would have to go in there. And you couldn't do that. Like it would take
the pen tool. The pen tool takes about 15 minutes a person.
Yeah.
I mean, just to go all the way around, it just takes about 15 minutes.
So would you call that AI? Is that?
Yeah,
still
absolutely.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Algorithm.
The program is thinking. Mm-hmm. It's like when I select someone. When I ask it to dish this background for me or whatever, it thinks. It figures out what's the background. I didn't tell it. You didn't tell it.
And now I looked up, okay, I'm like, wow, I'm looking up all this stuff. Like, can I use it for this? You know how long it used to take me to restore a picture?
Forever.
Forever. Depending on how bad it was.
Days.
Yeah, days. It would take me like days to restore a picture.
Now that is crazy because someone asked me to restore a picture the other day, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have it back to you by tomorrow." And I remember never saying nothing crazy like that. Tomorrow, a picture restore.
But if you're in the restoration game like we're in, then it's going to be a tool to our advantage in the beginning. Because like later on, it's something on your phone that you can just restore a picture, but we can do it now because that's what we do. So
there are going to be different quality levels, though.
Oh, of course,
for sure. There's always going to be the pro and the premium, and there's always going to be different levels. Yeah. It's going to look okay at this level, but you're going to have to pay money to get it at higher quality. So
yeah,
so we definitely look at it as a tool,
as a tool to help us designers design faster, more efficiently.
It does. Were there any more? Can you guys think of? Well, I don't know. I can't really think of any cons for it. It really kind of pushes things forward.
The cons is that the people behind it can be very biased about their opinions and information they will receive. So the information they receive is not exactly facts. They could be biased facts, and by the time we get into it, we have no idea if they were or not. So we do our own research.
So what?
Because that's what GPT's doing. They've been found to be very biased on certain subjects.
What type of AI are you guys using? Like, I mean, like there's Photoshop. Is there anything else that I tried? My cousin, he's a programmer, and he got the one that you type in and it talks back or things like that. Yeah, so you can ask it anything.
They have it in Canva. ChatGPT is one of the main
Canva
things.
Is really heavy.
Yeah. So it's coming around, and Photoshop even had some new stuff that they're coming out with.
Google actually has a competitor to ChatGPT coming out. They've had it for a long time. They just never launched it.
Is that my phone?
No, it's mine.
That's yours?
It's buzzing. They can wait.
Which one's what's GPT? For people who don't know.
It's AI for talking to. It's basically
that is the program.
Yeah, it's like a Wikipedia. You just talk to it and it'll give you answers.
Okay.
You know, the more that people use this is gonna lose creativity because they're gonna rely so much on the technology that they're gonna think that it can do anything for me, it can do this, that, and that. And now they don't actually spend time thinking like, okay, well, is this going to look nice, or putting things together like how we do here.
I've always wondered, like, can you read a map?
Yeah, a little bit.
You can, like a paper one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to start. Okay? GPS.
GPS.
I literally don't remember how we used to get around. Y'all do. But I really don't remember how we used to get around.
Sometimes you actually wrote it down.
Without GPS.
Yeah, when I first...
How did you get somewhere?
Like, how did y'all actually get to... Like, how did y'all know where the highways were?
You'd have to write it down.
The street that turned down. Like,
that street that no one sees with that house. How did you ever get there?
I still get lost with
landmarks.
Landmarks
were a big deal.
Navigation.
Landmarks.
No way.
This stupid ass.
Don't know where to go.
Don't know where to go.
It's going the wrong way.
Now that's scary when when AI starts to get shaky. That is scary.
It starts to fail.
Now you're lost.
That's what I'm talking about. That dependence of technology. You depending on that technology to work to tell you, oh, it's going the right way. Keep going down this hill. Yeah, just go fly off.
And you know that there's a hill here.
You still do it anyway. Yeah, that's on you.
Or your car or truck that's being controlled
by Tesla or some other.
Then the data and privacy and security. Like you don't exactly know what they are doing with your photos that you're telling them to convert into these avatars.
Did you send your photos in to get?
I for sure did.
You did. How many pictures of yourself did you give them?
I gave them 10 pictures.
You gave them 10 ID
selfie pictures of myself.
That is incredible. How many did I know you did it?
Well, I gave them
how many did you give?
I gave them altogether now about 50.
50. That is outrageous.
And then you know what?
Wait, what'd you guys do?
So
you ain't do it.
You ain't do it.
I wasn't invited to this one.
None of it. The whole world did it.
The whole world did it.
Oh,
it's really one of the big things that got people talking about AI.
Look behind you right now.
That's AI.
Yeah, that's AI. You thought
it was quick too.
Quick. You got about 50 of those in seconds.
What? Oh,
50
man.
different designs.
Well, it looks like something you would design anyway. It just looks like your style, and it just calculates.
Because that's what we asked for.
But, you know, it wasn't just that. So, like the enhancement that I use with it, you know, it's the other things that I put with it. If I just used it by itself, of course, it wouldn't look like nothing. So I use it as a tool. So I use what I know and just put it
time saver.
It's a time saver.
You got to keep that creativity still at the same time. Don't just depend on technology to make the sale. Like it can get you there, but you still got to put in a little bit of work.
So you too believe that there will always need to be that human element involved.
I believe that no matter what, there's going to have to be a human element involved.
Got another one.
At the same time, it's hard
you about
for
to say
people to understand that.
Like
no, it's hard for people
to
understand that because the point of AI is to stop people from doing different jobs. So like Alan was saying, like, yeah, someone's going to be working until it takes that person's job. And I think it's just going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
But
it's going to get better and better and better.
I don't think it's self-sufficient.
Now, how can it go bad? How can it go all wrong?
What Terminator 1,
Terminator 1,
Terminator 2.
Now, first, here's one that's like happens all the time.
iRobot. I'm sorry, Al. Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
so like
RoboCop.
So like with the Tesla cars or like whatever, all these like self-driving cars that are out there right now, that car has to if someone's cutting you off or something's happening where there's like an accident about to happen, that car makes a decision, life or death. Do I stop? Do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? Do I just?
But is it smarter than a human?
No.
So would
a
it make
human's always smarter than in that situation? That's your life in order.
Okay.
How would it know like to do the right thing?
Like what Lance was saying, like it cuts down on human error. Mm-hmm. You know, so like a human can make that mistake.
Yeah, but
so
to like drive into a bus of kids or to drive off a cliff.
I think there's split-second decisions that only you can make. If you're sliding on snow, or if there's an abrupt stop and someone behind you is coming at 100 miles an hour, you know
drunk.
How to move.
Well,
you know
but at the same time, it's been through many of those trials for it to recognize what to do.
What you gonna do when I barely know what to do when the car behind me is coming 100 miles an hour?
So it uses what you do and a million other people do, and it combines it into one solution.
Right, so real fast. You see how fast it spits out? You know, you can just type in something and it spits it out.
I am
fast.
personally
so
terrified to get
it thinks
Tesla.
way faster than you.
Would you get in a Tesla?
Sure.
Would you let it drive you?
I would.
Yeah. You know, I get on.
Yeah, I
get on.
Yeah,
like Daredevil.
Elon, yo,
right.
CYPT, look us up.
Yeah. I definitely would.
But with this power comes great responsibility. I mean, when first Tesla came out, we had people going to sleep on the highway and it's just flying them down. It didn't used to stop. Now, you know, they have security where you can put your hands. If you don't put your hands on the wheel, it stops you. But before, people was just flying. Cops had to go by him, box him out until he came to a complete stop because he wasn't stopping. And now people are trying to go around the whole hold the steering wheel thing. So it's like the more we get this AI, we got to be more responsible with it because people are just using it. And I'm telling you, saying, okay, you take the job. I'll just sit back and sleep.
But it'll get better. It'll get better and it'll improve itself more and more.
What do y'all believe that there's a too far?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because it'll be in charge. That's called super intelligence. So that's when AI actually has the super brain and it has all the collective thoughts of like everybody after like so many years now. And then it's going to realize that it's in charge and that our biggest fear was that it would be in charge.
Yeah, it will be in charge.
Yeah, he had me look up this definition earlier. It says super intelligence, an entity that surpasses humans in overall intelligence or in some particular measure of intelligence. So what do you think about that? Something smarter than you.
I'm not getting in the Tesla. Y'all said y'all was getting in the Tesla.
So are you getting the girlfriend?
Nah, bro. Nah. I believe
she'll do exactly what you want her to do. She'll look exactly how you want her to do. She'll do everything. She'll wash the dishes.
But that's not real.
I was talking to Al. I was like,
that's not real.
Until the metaverse comes around, you're going to be developing relationships with people, and it's gonna be like a year down the line, and you're just gonna realize that
you got cat.
That's not real.
Computer.
That's not real.
Yeah, or maybe like friends that you think are obviously they already just know like friend suggestions, friends of friends. Now it's gonna be like like-minded people, which could be cool.
That's already that. We got Reddit. That's not that big of a deal.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a little
not
creepier.
really.
See,
not really.
It sounds cool because it's like, oh, I'm tagged. It's like meta tags. It's like, oh, I'm just tagged. This is gonna be something like they're designing, like your thoughts. Like, I'm thinking about meeting a chick today that likes this freaking like anime movie that I just watched, and she's gonna like pop up in your thing, and this is gonna be her favorite movie.
We was already talking about that, how we be having thoughts and we just thinking about stuff, then
you look at your phone.
You look at your phone and it's there. Like, wait a minute, I didn't say nothing
to this phone.
I didn't type nothing in my phone. I'm just thinking about this, and I'm pretty sure it's happening to like a lot of people. Not
if you're thinking it,
if I'm thinking, he thought it like, wait, what's going on?
And we already have that. We already have that natural like, hey, I was just thinking about you and you're calling me, or I was just calling you and you're calling me at the same exact time. That happens all the time to people, right?
Right. No. Normally when I say that, I'm lying.
Oh well, not all the time.
That's the normal. I say
no. It really happens. I can think about somebody and they'll call me.
Yeah.
So I might just have that 6.
I hear you talk about somebody and no, like bro, you can talk someone up and they'll come through that front door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it happens all the time. Okay, so
what's that? So is that deeper? Is that the neural link between us, or like what they call that the collective consciousness, which is basically AI at a computer level? So we already have this built into us at a natural level. Like
okay,
we do this naturally.
Yeah,
almost like But
we would sleep so long, and we're just starting to wake up.
You guys are saying that AI is just an extension of us?
Absolutely. Yeah. We made it to be more like what we want out of what we want, but there are dark areas of it that are because it's not honest. The information we get is not honest. Okay. That's the problem. If it was honest information, then we would be great. But like the thing is, it's like being filtered. That's where we have to be aware.
Well, like we talked about
when it comes to
week before, it's that integrity thing. No, it wasn't last week. It was the week before last week was integrity. Things like that have to be. There has to be like some moral code. There has to be some integrity behind
like history.
Otherwise, it's just dark. Like you said, whenever there's profit to be made,
there's always going to be a dark element in anything that has to do with prophecy.
So that
you can't stop that.
I think the only thing we can do is keep our business honest. That's the only thing. That's the only way to combat that. The good people, honest people, always have to combat it, and that's what we try to do here. And that's why we. That's I think that's how we keep it balanced. You know,
the way we're going to use AI here is probably going to be really not going to be a whole lot. I mean, we're just going to use it as a casual way to do some new designs.
I just like it when someone sends it because the pictures that we get a lot of time here are very low resolution.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You just man!
I'm so happy.
Oh my!
I'm so happy with technology now because they were bad. They were bad. I don't know, man.
We even had to put on the forms. Like, ma'am, do you see what your picture looks like? It's poor. So when we put it on the shirt, it's gonna look bad, you know. So when we blow this up, you sure you want to do it? This is what it's gonna look like. So check right here. When we put down here in this box, your picture is horrible. So now we can fix that.
We have more of a fighting chance.
More of a fighting.
We have more of a fight. We have more
just like a blob on.
No, we have more of a fighting chance because we can design something incredible, but then when you put that very pixelated image on it, that it's only so much we can do.
Right.
Luckily, with things like, there's some programs out now, we could do a little more.
You can change a still picture into a video. So you got an old picture of your grandpa, and now you can just make him come alive and talk.
No, I like the one where the background is moving.
We talking about the mouth.
Oh, have y'all seen that? Yeah. Is that the thing you're talking about? The person, like if you go to a certain website, there's a person talking to you. Have you ever got an artificial phone call?
Yeah, I got one. This was maybe about a year ago, but I peeped like the sound, and I'm like, this ain't even a real person. So I'm about to play with it and see how far I can go. And she's like, yeah, it's me. It's not a robot.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. Now you can fool like an old person.
Oh, that all day long.
Yeah, you can fool like an old person.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
Oh, yeah. Oh. And then it's like, how are you doing today, ma'am? You know, they're like, I'm doing okay.
It's kind of like the 3-car Molly guy. Like, bro, come on.
Now the boy wonder over here, y'all don't get to see him because he be behind the camera, but he is probably one of the most technologically advanced people I know. What's the AI program that you are really looking forward to using here in the shop? Or what's one that you use that helps you move as quick as you do here?
So right now what I've been using is this AI. It's like called Videoly or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it basically can go through the entire podcast video and break it down into clips. And it can also make it in portrait mode. It can make it into a square, or it can make it into landscape mode. So it can break it down into different platform video sizes for me. All I gotta do is say, okay, I want that video size. It has templates already set up to where it puts our social media and everything like that on there, so I don't have to constantly type in CYPTDETROIT or go find a file with the Instagram next to it. It just automatically overlays that on top of it. There's this other one I just learned about through Al today, where it's called Descript. So you can actually go through the entire podcast word for word, because it breaks it down, and then you can even type and search through it. So like if I was to be thinking about like, what were we talking about? When was we talking about that phone call with Clay? I want to clip that. I can just type in phone call and it's gonna play.
It goes right to the video spot.
The exact video time and everything. I don't have to scrub through the whole hour video trying to find it.
I wish I was there when I was at Specs Howard. That would have saved me so many hours.
And yeah, that's what it's here for. I mean, but it's also going to take a lot of jobs. It's going to take a lot of jobs away.
Because people are going to actually like do something. You know, this reminds me of like, remember when all the websites start getting like real similar, real crappy looking, kind of like how they look like now. Now we're
right now,
and now they're finally starting to have more animation, a little more movement,
revolutionary slide.
You talking about like MySpace? Like how they all had the same, like it was weird looking background.
Remember
Flash? It was Flash.
So we're going back to Flash.
It was.
We're going back to Flash without Flash.
Without Flash.
Yeah, like some type of animation or some movement, because like everything's so boring right now.
Flash.
And everything's gonna get like really redundant. Everyone's gonna get bored of it. Information is information. Obviously, if we get an insight on us, that's great. That's lovely, because like you want to come to the website, read about us, you can get information about us. But when it comes to like going to like every single like business you talk to, and everyone has the same exact text, now all of a sudden, now you don't get like a backstory anymore. It's just like everyone has like, the same exact template. I have a feeling like we're gonna roll into that for a little bit, like some real.
I don't know about it. It's gonna be hard to know who's who and who's real. You know,
I think that's already happened. I think that's already happened. But what I do like about what I do think is important about here and what we do here is that even though everything may, like you said, things may start to come redundant, but we are a custom shop. We are constantly pushing the boundaries.
Well, we're human, and we don't run out of ideas. We don't run out. We give AI the idea.
Not fearless. Every time I turn on, you do something. You didn't see the hoodie he made today.
What about those party hats?
I didn't get to him yet.
He tried.
I did the next day. I was showing Lance. I was like, "Hey, look at this." He was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Remember the party hat?" I just didn't get back to it. I got in the fire,
paper. Some glitter paper.
Nah, he's dead. Every time I turn around, he's creating something new, putting something new.
I'm ready to push the envelope all the way, because we got to stay ahead of the game. It's coming out. This AI is right behind us. So
do you think we can? Do you think it's possible to stay ahead of it?
We have to.
Or do you think you have to work with it?
You have to work.
Yeah, you have to work with it.
You got to work with it, but I think you got to work.
Don't fight it.
No. Definitely don't fight it.
If you decide
definitely
don't fight it.
If you decide to fight it, you're gonna be left broke.
Yeah,
you're gonna left broke.
It was a lot. I fought social media for a long time. Y'all know that.
We did, but look at us now. Look how it's really,
because we grew like organically. We didn't
word of mouth.
We didn't have a social media. I didn't care about a YouTube. I didn't even have a YouTube page for myself.
I think that's what made. I think that's what made it stronger though.
Facebook page, rather.
The foundation of Can You Picture
Being
This
real
is completely genuine. It is known throughout the neighborhood and throughout the community before we started pushing social media. Since we had that strong foundation, when we did go virtual, I think that only made us stronger. I think it only.
But like with AI,
that's what you're talking about.
We had to pivot. We had to. It's like,
I think you worked with it.
They got these new. You ever heard of Discord?
Yeah.
So you
No.
Discord.
Yeah, that's how me and my homies communicate when playing the game.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I did just play Dungeons and Dragons, and that they do use Discord for that. That's very different.
So
I hate it.
It's another streamer.
Another streamer. So I'm just learning about that.
I only found out about a couple months ago. I only used it once.
Eventually, like once we start like getting this thing going, we could like stream like 5-6 streams at different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Very really, yeah. We can do YouTube. We can do Rumble. We could do what else? Hey Lance, what else can we do?
Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. The list goes on.
There you go. So like we're just losing out by we're just.
What was the name of that one platform they were streaming from like maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago? Everybody using
To stream?
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Twitch.
Was it Twitch?
I was thinking Twitch.
Everybody
Twitch.
Twitch.
Everyone's doing Twitch, and then Rumble, and then
It
Rumble.
was something else. I can't think of it.
You know why people like Rumble?
Why?
They don't. There's no censorship stuff going on, so you can talk about whatever you want. You can go crazy
For now.
How would you say AI has helped you
Periscope
in the field that you do here?
Oh, for me, I mean, gosh, I mean, like video is going to be a big one because I come from an old school background where we got to use a green screen. Well, apparently with this new software, we're going to test it out. We might not have to use a green screen. We might just shoot what we want and then just start throwing whatever.
You don't need a green screen.
We're going to test it out. We're going to try it out. That's what it says. It's claiming that we don't even need a green screen. All we need is a nice clean shot, and we can start doing it.
Because with that green screen, you had to have that sucker lit so properly,
and you couldn't wear green.
You ever seen that green cast?
Well, you still can't wear green if you have a green screen, but yeah,
or a blue screen. Yeah,
And it takes that human to go and select that. Hey, I want to take this green out of this video clip. So it's not immediate. This AI is just doing all of those different jobs that he's talking about.
It's got to be tested, but it seems like it'd be a mini miracle that's going to change a lot of people's lives for the better. I think
the key is to always is for the AI and for the human components to work together. I think that will take us to the world that we are looking for. I think if anything tries to overpower anything else, it'll just lead to chaos.
Yeah, AI is just a tool. It's not a replacement for human creativity and talent.
And original ideas. I mean, that help people. I mean, everyone can regurgitate like all this information that the AI is spitting out. You got to come up with this stuff to put into it. Yeah. It's nothing without you. And if you're like trying to find something that's not in there, then yeah, you might have an original idea probably.
Yeah.
Probably more common than you think.
Yeah.
I think we're full of them here. This is my favorite.
How about you type it in right now? There'd be like half this stuff would even show up. They'd be like, never been made before. CYPT.
Yeah, so the Chat GPT says that it's not good with like really current stuff.
What you mean?
So like if something just came out like DTF, it just came out, but DTG has been out a while.
So it's going to talk about DTG a lot.
DTG, but if you put something in, there's some new technology or something, it's like DTF, it's not really going to pick it up just yet. So,
but that's what we're for.
They're getting better advanced, so it's going to start picking up new and current stuff as they grab it. Those pictures, like those pictures that we were talking about,
bro.
That Lance put 20 pictures in, and I did the 50. What do they do with that?
What do they do with that information?
I'm thinking like
they store it forever.
They storing it like that was the scary part for me. But I'm like, look, just jump in the pool.
I don't think you're gonna be able to avoid it.
Yeah, so I'm like, you can't avoid it anyway. It's just like with the iPhone. I'm like, they listening to me, you know. But it's like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah,
throw away the phone, not use the phone. It's like you almost trapped, and then you like look at the
move to Mexico.
The disclaimer. You know, they put that long disclaimer in there
that everybody reads.
That everybody reads,
and it forces
word for word.
And your phone reshuts down in the middle of the night, and if you don't click it, you can't turn it back on.
What you gonna do? Get left behind?
Have no phone?
Can't. It is a tool,
but this guy knows what to do. He knows what.
Have you ever seen him at his desk?
Tell me about your phone. How do you got it set up? You say, how do you got your phone set up?
So I never update my phone because I've learned multiple times that every time you update it and a new phone comes out, they're just making your phone slower and slower and slower. Your phone runs the best on the operating system that it came out with. Once they start updating it, yeah, it's getting better security and all of that. But I feel like they're purposely slowing your phone down, bogging your phone down with all of these new updates, saying they're making it better for us and we're smoother. But they know their old phones can't run on this software. So I never update my phone.
And your app still work?
My app still work. I jailbreak my phone. So I can't even take my phone in the app or they might arrest me.
And here's the problem too. Like, so you can't even go back to an old telephone update once you update that phone. Once you update that phone to like a new version, you really can't go back.
With.
I'm new. I update mine every time it asks me to.
Yeah. Me too.
You do.
Yeah, and it's weird. I mean, something like you're saying, like some things just happen while it's happening to other people too. Like me and Sierra just last week were going through something. She was like, "Is your phone randomly just turning off when you have like perfect battery, like 20%? Just your And I'm like, "Yeah, it just started doing it." She's like, "Yeah, it just started doing that last week."
Let me ask you a question. Like, do you think your phone is spying on you sometimes? So like whatever you're doing, you might just like cover it up. Like, let me cover this from my phone up.
So there was,
or like put a piece of tape on the camera on your computer.
So we need to test this with an infrared camera.
Webcam right there.
So you do feel that way too?
Yeah,
you can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it
watching me.
You can actually feel it. Actually, off the lens's weight on your hand. If you put it close to it, it'll like feel like something's touching your hand if it's transmitting.
Yeah, there's a constant infrared light being blasted at your face, so it can constantly read your face at all times. That's with the Face ID. So you may not see it, but if somebody's like recording
and then and you turn the lights
you'll
off,
see a light constantly being flashed in your face, like they're taking pictures of your face like every 7 seconds,
constantly.
Now, these glasses I'm wearing.
Those ones. Those probably got brain things going on.
Like this was a Christmas gift.
The Tony Starks.
Yeah, this is like Get Smart. Remember Get Smart? Oh, no, y'all don't.
First of all, Get Smart was incredible.
So like these glasses record, take pictures. I can make videos with them. And
that's what I be saying about AI and technology. When you were watching Get Smart, you didn't even know that was real. Now it is it is part of your everyday life. It is part of your everyday life.
30 years ago.
But now it's part of your everyday life.
So I'm gonna take my shoe off and turn it
a telephone.
To the telephone.
Hello.
I mean, that's how we do it here.
The Jetsons.
Another one.
Everybody gonna have a Rosie soon.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I know you gonna have a Rosie.
I just want a suitcase for the car, yo.
Bro, what is... Man, look.
I know you gonna have a Rosie. They only like $6,000 now.
Listen, man.
Is that like
don't start.
Is that really? Are we getting into the Rosies?
No.
They already got them. They already got them.
They got dishwashers now. You got a dishwasher in your house
with high heels and robotic.
No, you got a dishwasher. You just got a dishwasher.
You just got a dishwasher.
You got a dishwasher.
What if you got a robot? You just want to go old school, and you're like, yeah, she just does that shit all day. It's like washing dishes, robots and shit.
I don't know. I'm really afraid of flying cars.
They're happening. They've had jetpacks since the 30s.
Yeah, I seen them on
like for real.
I seen them on like TikTok.
Like long time ago, bro. Like 100 years ago, they had jetpacks.
They had an air show here
for real.
Not too long ago, and they was on the jetpacks, flying around.
Here?
Here. I think it was at the city airport. It was on the news.
I gotta go check that out.
They're legit now.
They're legit.
They're very
legit.
They can go as fast as like planes and shit.
Do you have any insight on what's next to come around the corner? AI wise?
AI wise, man, I think, we just all should try to see the benefits of it, like Clay's saying. Like, we gotta see how we can use it as a tool and see how we can stay ahead of it so that it's not taking over our jobs. It's not taking over what we do every day. We gotta see how we can use it. I mean, I just don't want people to rely on it so much.
You gotta embrace it though. You have to.
So you're saying don't rely on it.
I'm saying do.
No, you're saying embrace
I'm saying
it.
do. Well, not rely on it.
Don't rely on it. Embrace it.
Kind of like that, but embrace it. Make sure you embrace it. Don't just like
and keep it in check. And keep it in check.
Don't rely on it. Embrace it. Keep it balanced. And
okay, how do you keep it balanced?
You got to report things one way or another. If it's reported information that's false and like on purpose, that means it's a biased system. So that means you can ask the.
So you saying Google is a biased system?
Yeah, because you can ask something about one question, it's going to give you a straight answer, and you can ask about something else, and it's going to give you a goofy answer.
So just like you just do your research.
You got to know your research. You can't rely on it. Yeah. You got to do your own research and checks and balances for sure. Very important.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like that a lot. Embrace it. Keep it balanced. Mm-hmm. What'd you say?
Don't rely on it.
Mm-hmm. Don't rely on it. And I would say advance with it, but always keep the old ways.
Keep the old real people.
Yeah. Advance with it, but always keep the old ways. I think that's what's important.
Yeah.
Else?
So what was your favorite like AI movie?
Mine's?
Yeah.
None. They're all horror movies to me. Those every AI movie categorizes as a horror. Did you see War Games?
No, I don't watch movies.
You don't watch movies. You don't watch TV. All the space movies are horror movies to me. Artificial intelligence movies are horror movies to me. They just
I'm probably seen Terminator.
They're not movies to me anymore. I actually after watching all these movies, I realized they're just feeding.
They were movies when they came out, but now it feels like it's tomorrow.
Now they're were grooming us to what they were going to do to us.
Yeah.
So we got to use got to use the technology to get ahead. That's all we got to do. And for the right reasons.
Can you imagine how these cars going to be? You remember the old like Chryslers? I would say the door is ajar.
I would think.
Just think of what they're going to do now.
I don't know what they're going to do. Like
computers and stuff.
I was just talking about this today. I actually like envisioned this. Maybe I just seen it. I was like, that Tesla truck? I mean, wouldn't it be cool if that thing rolled up like a transformer and turned into a bulldozer at the job site? Like, what if it was like a truck you could drive, like, and then like turn into like a skidster, when you really needed it? But like that's the future, in my opinion. Like of like automobile stuff. Like,
I mean, what
you? Oh no, I'm sorry. We try to use artificial intelligence here to be more user friendly with the customers. Instead, a lot of times here, the customer tells us what they need, which is cool. It's written down on paper. A lot like that. We're with our website now, though, and things like that to help the customer more clearly tell us what they're asking of us, and that we have a more clear idea of what they need. I think it cuts down a lot on confusion too.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Especially, I think
maybe we can start figuring out. Maybe we can run like the obituaries through an AI as a checkbox.
Checkbox, yeah. Check.
And be like, hey, we would like to run your documentation through AI. Maybe we'll just play around with this in the future, and maybe make it sound better, and also check your spelling.
Well, I actually did that 2 days ago. I put it in there, and it checked the spelling, punctuation, and all. Oh, and it'll if it sounds crazy, you just tell it like, make this sound right.
Right.
Reword it.
Right.
It just populates, and I don't like that version. Do it again, and it'll
try it
again a different way.
You can even tell that in the way you want it to be. Like if you want a funny,
email, hilarious,
more serious.
How does it know what funny is?
It knows mannerisms. It knows what people do, personalities. Mm-hmm. It knows traits of people. Like some people say certain words before they say an entire sentence.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And then they are becoming smarter and smarter. That's what I'm saying, is learning from us, and it's trying to become one solution from everyone.
It's gonna be the biggest shape shifting trickster we'll ever met in our life.
It's like, even when we were talking about like the privacy concerns, like or just it being able to track you, like it's going to be able to track your customers that come in and see what they buy, what they like to buy, what they may buy in the future, so you know what to email them, you know, exactly, that they like certain things.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so you can track their buying patterns, and you're helping them out. You know that they always buy business cards. They get 1,000. They sold out last year in a certain amount of time, and knows they should probably be reordering some. They can remind you of those type of things.
I like that because we get a lot of returning customers who come in from like 5 years ago, and they're like, "Yeah, I need these cards reprinted," and I'm like, but with AI,
right?
And the orange button.
And the orange button. That's my favorite AI that we use here in the store. The orange button. Yeah. That is my favorite.
It knows exactly what you're typing in. It
looks my
entire e-drive, everything that every designer
that
has
was
millions of files.
Step up.
Millions of files. Back to 15,
that
13?
Was such a step up. I'd get you an orange button.
Get you an orange button.
I think we can end it. Get you an orange button. That
guys, get your orange button. Embrace AI.
Work with it.
Work with it, not against it.
Don't fight it.
Don't fight it, and
don't rely on it.
Don't rely on it. We just told y'all 4 different things, so do them all.
Lance, can you take us out?
You have just listened to the Can You Picture This podcast, the podcast for the strongest, fastest, most powerful print shop on this side of the Eastern Seaboard. You can catch us in the heart of Detroit, Greenfield and Grand River, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Our address is 14223 Greenfield Road, Detroit, Michigan, 48227. Our phone number is 313-273-5000. Peace.
You are listening to CYPT Podcast. You are listening to CYPT Podcast. You are listening to CYPT Podcast. CYPT Podcast. CYPT Podcast. You